Twitch has been allowing some of the most craziest things these days, and it is putting them back on our watch list. So recently there was a Twitch streamer named Strawberry Tabby who was blowing up on the internet for, you know, what I would probably say is some really divisive content. Now, of course she has been banned, but when I show you what's been going on, or maybe I can't because YouTube will clap me for sure, but the nudity and the breaking of TOS is back at an all-time high. I mean, these are the most insane camera angles, and she doesn't even have the gameplay on a big screen. It is literally majority her in this too tight bathing suit and her hairy booty hole. This is next level adjacency to like pornography. This is insane. And I wonder why people like this just don't go on the real X-rated sites or the real like mature sites, the ones where you can kind of get this stuff off more freely without having people block you. But nonetheless, I think they know that their audience base is higher on Twitch. Every time Twitch seems to put in a new policy in place, a new streamer finds a creative way to press the boundaries as to what they can and can't do.
You too can look like me. Ka-chow. What? There was an invisible force field.
I know a lot of people are going to question exactly what they're looking at. She literally has on either a green screen or a white screen. I think it's green shorts. And she is live streaming the Fortnite gameplay footage on her bottom. And what's crazy is the sub goals are 10 jumping jacks and 5 gifted equals a creamy tart. And I don't know if you guys saw, but when there was a sub that came across, there was this anime meme gif of a girl holding her hands above her head and bouncing up and down. Now, clearly we are in a day and age where like the access to pornography is just so easy to get, and it's becoming so rampant that states are going through like battles to see if it can be legalized or not legalized, and they're trying to honestly protect the kids. Texas is one of the more recent states that went through a pornography ban. This happened literally just last week because Pornhub and other sites that are under the umbrella didn't want to have users submit their ID in order just to access the website. Now, I get why Pornhub probably didn't want to have that happen, and it's because they don't want to be in charge of maintaining this huge database of people's IDs and having this IP for people and how it's connected to the site. There could be a lot of corruption going on there. But I will say, I'm giving a hand clap to Texas for trying to take some sort of preemptive measures to get ahead of all this overtly sexual content and nature that's being pushed upon kids, and making sure that, hey, maybe at the extremist levels, we can't have them be out there, and then we'll kind of work our way backwards from there. But it is a good thing that you have to be a certain age to access these certain type of websites. I want to see how more states try to implement that. But honestly, everything that Twitch is doing to me is like a gateway into these things happening. A lot of Twitch's user base, I can only guess, is like a kid audience. And for them to be allowing things like this and not delivering swifter and harsher punishments is absolutely insane. We've seen things like the Hop Tup streams before. We've seen when they've rolled back on things like the twerking streams and had to implement those back. And we've seen time and time again where there, quite frankly, are women on these platforms who take advantage of this. And I can't blame them, to be quite honest with you, because they know that sex sells. This is an alternative for them. Instead of going full into the OnlyFans world, they will just, hey, let me do something that is still sexual, of course, but not as hardcore sexual. But clearly Twitch has a problem on the app. And I don't want to go as far as to say that they should just totally ban women on their platform, but the only ones that are putting this sexualized content on their platforms are the women. It's a sad day when I can go on any of Twitch's subcategories or whatever and see some sort of naked themed streamer in between the normalized content. Like, I'm on the Fortnite category right now, and it doesn't take me too long to find somebody that is streaming Fortnite in lingerie. And the sad part is, no matter how much Twitch goes about cleaning up their platform, another person will find a different way to push the boundary. Like, why am I staring into boobs right now to watch, what is this, Valorant gameplay? I can't even really tell what the gameplay is because the boobs are taking over the majority of the screen. It seems as though no matter what Twitch tries to do as a platform, they can't get anything right. This is from an article back in 2023, 2 days after Twitch updated its sexual content policy to allow depictions of fictionalized nudity. If properly labeled, platform has done an about face. Upon reflection, we have decided that we went too far with this change, Twitch CEO Dan Clancy wrote in his blog Friday. Digital depictions of nudity present a unique challenge. AI can be used to create realistic images, and it can be hard to distinguish between digital art and photography. And I think there's plenty of instances since that has been out that have proven what he's saying to be true. One of them that comes to mind is the the Taylor Swift incident and seeing how graphic and descriptive and depictive that became. And it even got so far that Taylor Swift had to go to the Supreme Court and, try to lobby some of these big names in order to get something done about this. We all know how that situation ended. Like, the guy got ran up off the internet for a while and had to hide out because there was somebody that was going to take legal action against him for putting her out there only in picture format. Now, imagine if somebody animated that, put it on live stream, and had Taylor Swift's booty jiggling up and down with Fortnite gameplay on top of it. It seems that every time that Twitch has this sort of rollback or change on what they're going to do when it comes to adding nudity or some sort of artistic freedoms, there's going to be a certain demographic of people that are always going to take advantage. And to be quite honest with you, it's the women on the platform. Now, look, I'm not saying that men and women on the platform shouldn't have a different set of guidelines. I think everything should be across the board equal. But the problem is with enforcement. These 1-day bans or 2-day bans based off of who you are and what type of following you have or what you bring to the platform is where a lot of people get lost in Twitch with the inconsistencies. How does this jumping, oiled up woman only get 1 day as a ban, but this person over here who is maybe looking at, I don't know, a twerking video gets 6 days as a ban? There's no consistency across the board. And I hate to say it, Twitch, but to be honest with you, the answer to me is quite simple. Just cut out anything that is sexual or suggestive. Cover the whole grounds as to what it is and what it ain't. Cover everything. Cover the twerking, cover the body painting, cover the hot tubs, cover the swimsuits, cover all of that in your next policy update to get rid of all the sexually explicit things. Because it seems like whatever you're doing doesn't work. Every time that you give an inch, somebody takes a mile. At one point in time, we thought hot tub streams were the craziest things in the world, but now you have streamers on the platform with a whole booty hole camera. And if you claim to want to do these big things where you bring in the NFL or the NBA to stream on your platform, that's going to mean a lot more kids on your platform watching your channels day to day and trying to discover the new creators on the app. But I'm telling you right now that that cannot happen if you continue to allow these women to manipulate and abuse the systems that are put in place in your TOS. You need to become extremely strict, and honestly, I would start handing down permanent bans. But let me know if I'm tripping in the comment section below. I think this is totally getting out of hand in a nation that is already hypersexualized.